Welcome back to Reading Reddit, a channel where we, you guessed it, read Reddit. This post comes from user OutOfTune7. Run. Run. And if you can't run, then walk. And if you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, don't stop. It's only been an hour since everyone on Earth, as far as I could tell, heard those same words. I was already walking through the park when I heard them, and after seeing what happens, I won't be stopping anytime soon. It's been 2 hours now. I've kept walking. I'm tired, but stopping is not an option. Some people tried driving, but the act of getting in a car requires stopping, even for the briefest moment. And as those already driving when they heard the rules soon found out, it's impossible to move indefinitely in a vehicle, especially in a crowded city. Their screams kept me moving. It's been 4 hours now, and I'm exhausted, with the only thing pushing me forward being the fear of what awaits when I stop. And yes, I mean when. Proven by plenty of those around me, eventually I'll have to stop. Some have just given up, accepting their fate only to immediately regret the decision. Some just couldn't take the screams anymore, and most just don't see the point of continuing. And with every step, I'm starting to become more like the latter. It's been about 6 hours, and for the first time, I saw what happens up close. I was walking aimlessly down an alley, trying to get away from the madness, when I saw a young man, no more than 16, crying. It didn't even register at first until he made eye contact with me. He had stopped moving. His eyes were bloodshot, and not just the whites around his pupils. I mean the entirety of his eyes were crimson red. Black tears streamed down his expressionless face, and then he smiled. A wide, toothy smile that would have screamed of joy if it wasn't followed by animalistic screams that would give the biggest horror fanatic nightmares. I wish I could say witnessing his dying moments was the most horrific thing to happen to me that day, but then it hit me. The realization that I had stopped moving. It's such a simple thing, just keep moving. But if you actually think about it, eventually you're gonna have to sleep. Eventually you're gonna have to rest. Maybe you might break a bone or get a blister on your foot. Then what are you gonna do? It's such a simple premise, but at its core, it is truly, deeply horrifying to think about. This post comes from Klutzy Chemical 1929. Don't Google yourself. Don't Google yourself. Why? Because you may not like what you find. One day I was bored and decided to search for my own name on Google. I have quite a rare name, so I didn't expect to find too many results. Imagine how surprised I was when I came across a website that had my full name in the domain. www.myname.com. When I clicked the link, it brought me to a message board. I looked at the profile of the website owner and found out that the person was the same age as me and had the same hobbies and interests. There weren't any posts on the message board, but I was intrigued, so I saved it to my favorites. It was about a month later when I went back to the website. This time, it had more content. There were some diary entries, mostly random things like, the weather was nice today, or I'm so bored in work. Things of that nature. However, as time went on, I began to notice more and more coincidences. The person lived in the same city as I did. It struck me as rather strange that two people with the exact same rare name would be living in the same city at the same time. At one point, I noticed that the contents of the diary were quite similar to my own life. One day I went to a baseball game, and I checked the website that evening. I found that the owner of the site had gone to the same ball game. At first I didn't think much of it. After all, tens of thousands of people in the city supported the same baseball team. But it began to seem like much more than a simple coincidence. Whenever I checked the website, I would notice little biographical details that seemed too close for comfort. For example, the owner mentioned their pet dog, and their dog's name was the same as the dog I had when I was a child. The website owner posted a picture of their car. It was the same model of car I'd been driving when I was in college. They talked about eating at a certain restaurant. It was the same restaurant I'd gone to all the time when I was working at my previous job. One day, when I looked at the message board, people had written messages to the owner saying, "Happy birthday." That day, it was my birthday as well. I decided to write on the message board for the first time, just out of curiosity. I was going to wish the owner a happy birthday and tell them we had the same name. However, when I tried to write something, I realized there was nowhere to type your message. It wasn't a message board at all, just a static page. That's odd, I thought to myself. In other words, whoever owned the website had gone to a lot of trouble to make it seem like it was an interactive site, as if there were other people posting on it, when in actual fact, all the content must have been created by the owner. Why on earth would someone do that, I wondered. I decided to send an email to the owner. It read, "Hi there. Believe it or not, we both share the same name. Nice to meet you." It was just a friendly email. The next day, when I tried to look at the website, I discovered that it was gone. It seemed like it had been deleted. Then, I opened my mailbox. There was one reply. When I looked at it, a chill ran down my spine. It just read, "Found you." So after reading that, I'm not actually sure. Was this someone with multiple personality disorder tricking themselves? Was this a time traveler? Or was this a stalker? Let me know what you think in the comments. They had access to their diary, but they also had a full intimate history of the person. They knew everything from their dog's name when they were growing up, their favorite restaurant, the kind of car they used to drive. I think they traveled back in time, got stuck, and then had to contact their past self in order to close the time loop. Let me know what you think in the comments. This post comes from user JoshJ444. Emergency alert. Do not look outside your windows. Emergency alert. Warning. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. Citizens of the world, lock all doors. Close all your blinds. Do not go near any windows. Do not look outside. Do not leave your house. Stay in a room with no windows. Gather what supplies you can. Turn off all the lights. Do not open the door for anything. When I first heard it, it didn't even sound real. It sounded fake, like something in a horror movie. But it was an emergency, so I decided I should probably do what they tell me. I grabbed a flashlight, pillow, my phone charger, food, and basic other stuff to keep me entertained while this stuff happened. I had no idea what was going on, but once I got into my bathroom and got comfy, I texted my parents, asking them if they got the alert. They also did. They said citizens of the world. Did they actually broadcast that to the world? I asked myself. So I texted an internet friend that lives across the world, and they said they got it too. Same exact message. And to be honest, it's kinda scary. They tell you what to do, but not what's going on, and people are scared of that. 20 minutes later. Emergency alert. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. Unknown creatures have been knocking on people's doors and been killing people that open the door. There's 5 major hotspots: Washington, D.C., Tokyo, Toronto, Moscow, and London. They have been located all around the world, but it seems as if they're attacking those first. This is an invasion. Stay in your rooms. Do not open any doors. Do not look outside. They can kill you instantly with just a look. May God help us all. Emergency nuke sirens are going off. Tornado sirens are going off. What is going on? Is this a prank? How can an invasion be real? Are aliens real? How can I even comprehend that? I heard car alarms going off. I heard things being destroyed. They are here. They are killing. It sounds like a war zone out there, but without any guns. What can the government do? Just shoot them? But they would die looking at them. There's no possible way we could ever survive this. We are going to die. I text my parents, but no answer. I text my brother and sister. No answer. I start to panic now. What if my family is gone, and all I can do is listen to other people's families get murdered? The nuke sirens have started again, and they are very loud, shaking my whole apartment. I wonder what the other people in my building are thinking. Probably like me. This is it. This is the end of the world. Everyone on this planet will die. I hear a knock at my door. I don't answer it. I hear someone screaming for me to open it. I mean, it sounded human. Should I open it? No. That would be stupid. Emergency alert. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. The extraterrestrials are attacking every major city in the world. There is a lot of them. We have not found out what they want. Stay inside. Millions, if not billions, are dead. Stay inside. It's as if the government has given up now. There's no way to fight, and these messages are less helpful each time they come on. If billions are dying, then I don't know how we can survive this. I mean, I have so far. But it doesn't sound like for long. I hear buildings being destroyed. I hear cars being destroyed. My building's been hit a few times. I'm hearing my world crumble before me. At this point, there's no reason to hope anymore. There's so many dying, and there's so much chaos. They will get everyone. I would love to know what one of these things looks like. But if I see them, I die. I hope someone takes a picture and we do survive. I want to see it. I want to see what's killing us. But the end is nowhere near, and I don't know how many people we have left. Should I just kill myself? Maybe I should die before they get me. I don't want to die by those things. Plus, what if I do survive and I get survivor's guilt? Then there's no way Emergency alert. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. The extraterrestrials have left, and left billions of people dead. If you are alive, please tap the button on your phone now. If on a radio, tune to 104 and state your name and city. We will update you in 20 minutes. There's no way I would want to live. That's what I was going to say. And yet, somehow, I'm actually alive. Do I want to die now? Well, no. But how many people are alive? What did these things want? Why did they attack us? There's too many questions to even ask right now. At this point, all we can do is try to figure out some numbers and restart society. How can a world like ours recover from something like this? How long until society is normal again? Will humanity ever be the same? I don't know. What I do know is that I could have lost everything. I will text my friends and family and come back with some numbers. Emergency alert. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. We have reported a little over 1 billion people accounted for. Not every country has the technology, so we will investigate those countries in the coming months. We do not understand what these creatures wanted, nor what they have taken. In the next month or two, we will be figuring out the next steps for humanity. May God help us all. Only 3 people I know survived. My sister, my uncle, and my best friend. Everyone else is dead. I want to off myself, but at the same time, humanity needs me. We need each other to continue human life. Only time will tell what to do next. If there is anything next. Edit. It's 2 weeks later. The guilt is too much. I'm a coward. Goodbye. Well, that's an upsetting thought, isn't it? Aliens coming to Earth. Killing 7 billion out of the 8 billion of us? And doing so by simply causing us to die if we look at them. Everywhere you go, no matter where you are, if you're in public, you're probably on several cameras. If something like this really happened, there'd be pictures and videos of these aliens. But if you die just by looking at them, would anyone be able to review the footage? If you looked at a picture of them, would you just fall over dead? Or was it something about seeing them in reality? I hope we never find out.